This is Donald Wade, FTE214, week 4 assignment. Today's date is 2 February 2025. Okay, so after full disassembly, when I go to clean, generally I'll use a soft bristle brush, and I'm going to clean all the critical parts. I'm going to clean the frame rails, the feed ramp. I'm going to ensure the mag well is cleaned out, free of debris. Anywhere where the pins go, I'm going to make sure there's no debris in there. Same thing on the trigger rails. Make sure there's no obstructions or debris in there. For the barrel, I want to ensure that there's no carbon buildup inside the barrel on the grooves and landings. Make sure my lugs are cleaned, and make sure my barrel link is not hindered or pinched anyway. I want to make sure that it moves freely. And I want to ensure that this lip is cleaned, and in a later part in this video we'll do polishing of that, as well as the feed ramp on the frame. Trigger, I want to make sure, again, no debris is caught on the inside, that it's not deformed. Alright, so for polishing, I'm using the Dremel on low speeds. I'm going to ensure that the tip is coated with flits. I'm going to make sure the feed ramp is got a layer on it, as well as the barrel ramp, or the lip. And then once I'm done with this and I feel like it's good, I'm going to use a never dull wadding. I've used this for a while, and it gives a really nice shine. But what we'll do is we'll go on slow speeds, and again, we're polishing it. We're not removing any more material. We want to make sure that we maintain that gap from the barrel to the feed ramp of the 0.032. Okay, so again, low speed, and we'll go ahead and we'll brace the frame, and we'll go ahead and go slow. The reason we do the polishing is we want the ammo to have a smooth ride into the chamber, and what we're looking for is we're looking to get rid of the tool marks, anything, and smoothing everything out to make sure that it is there's nothing to catch. Okay, so there, and then we'll do the barrel, and with ammo selection, you know, you're looking for good quality ammo. It can be hand loads, but you need to be cognizant of the quality of the brass. You want to make sure there's no cracks, no bulges, no expansion of the brass at all, or even the aluminum casing or steel casing. We want to make sure that we're, you know, you don't have any protruding primers or anything like that, because all of that is going to affect your feeding. Another thing to consider is the bullet type, the actual projectile type. You're going to have a lot of your flat nose is going to cause a failure to feeds, just by the sheer design. So if you polish these surfaces, it gives them something to glide into the chamber more efficiently. You want to look at your shooter's posture, their grip. Those sort of things will also affect failure feeds and feeding. So all I'll do now is I'll just wipe out any of this residue and this compound, get it out before I run the never dull wadding. But I'll use it in the same manner. I just go back and forth, and it'll give you a really nice shine in there. I'm happy with that. We'll give it here's before. We'll give it a little bit of, wipe out. Yeah, I'm liking that. There's a little bit of after. You know, we'll go ahead and we'll do this on the side here, and you can see how effective it is. Now, in the end, for this barrel, I'm either going to replace this barrel with a black one, a nitrite coat, or something like that. I like the black look for all of this. And then for cleaning, I'll use this carbon destroyer. This particular 1911 I haven't used, and I will use bore snakes. I really like bore snakes. This barrel isn't bad. You could see factory fires, but other than that, nothing terrible. You know, for the smaller things, you know, inside the slide and stuff like that, I'll use these pipe cleaners. But I like a soft bristle brush, or one of these. But what I'm focusing on is the frame rails, the slide rails, pivot points. I want to make sure that there's no interference, debris, or anything like that. And then I'll put it all back together and show you the final product. So after I'm putting this thing together, there's a few things that I like to do. I will go ahead and put oil on the slide rails and the frame rails, and I will also put it on some of the pivot points. And what I'm really looking for is I don't know if it'll pick it up in the camera or not, but if you look on this frame rail here, you can see where the metal has been rubbing against the metal, you know, from the slide to the frame. And what I'll do, or what that tells me that there's a good slide to frame fit. There could be a little bit of material that comes out, but if you look on this other side, there's no indications of metal against metal. So, but I want the tighter slide. But what I'll do is I will add a little bit of oil, but I'm going to use Go Juice. I like this particular product. And all I do is I will add a drop on the forward half, the back half, and then just a tiny bit on the very back. And I'll do that on both sides. And what I want is I want a good coating for when I apply and install the slide. Because that's just going to give me a more even wear, I feel, and a more consistent wear during the break-in period. And then what I'll do is I'll do a light coat of that same oil. I may run with the hops for this one, but we'll see. Last but not least, once we have it all assembled, wiped down, coat of oil on it, we're ready to do a functions check. And I'm going to use dummy rounds for extraction ejection. So we'll go ahead and load. We've got 3 rounds. Okay, put it on safe. We'll put it on safe. Trigger only, no fire. Beaver tail or grip safety, and trigger, nothing. Off of safe. Trigger only should be nothing, and then beaver tail and trigger, it should drop. I'm gonna pin it, the trigger to the rear. Okay, we got good ejection or extraction ejection. Reset the trigger. We're going to slowly release the trigger, and we're going to listen for a metallic click. Squeeze again. Put it on safe. For 1911, we're going to, for this one, you can do the hammer drop without the grip safety. You're going to pull down on the hammer, or off of on fire. If you pull all the way down on the hammer, you engage that grip safety, and you can ride that hammer forward. Other than that, I think we are good to go. Until next time.